think there's some really positive indicators of that, and I mean negative indicators of what you're talking about in the Australian institutional landscape. Having said Australia is in a relatively privileged position in terms of the quality of our democracy, if you certainly look at what's happened to the federal parliament since Brittany Higgins made her disclosures about her sexual assault in parliament, if you look at the way in which the culture and the mechanisms of our institutions, our core institutions of democracy work, they are way out of whack with the way that we expect any other institutions or powerful people in the country, even the media to some degree, to actually be prepared to accept checks and balances and be subject to all the normal rules of behaviour and organisational culture that the rest of the country has become accustomed to. Right down to something as simple as creating a safe workplace for women or any vulnerable people at a federal level. And state parliaments are not necessarily immune from that either, as we've seen in anywhere where you lift the lid, really. So that's just one indicator, I think, of the fact that there's something wrong that I would say is a sign of things that are broken. And I guess extrapolating from that, and this gets back to what I was saying originally about standards of integrity and public life having taken a dive, throughout the rest of society, all of us as employees or as industry or as any kind of institution, I think now fully accept the idea that we're part of a system of checks and balances where nobody is supreme, or nobody should be completely supreme or above the law. But parliaments and parliamentarians have grown up in a system where the presumption of parliamentary sovereignty, as opposed to popular sovereignty, parliamentary sovereignty, does actually make parliamentarians believe that because they make the law, they are actually above, that popular accountability is enough and that they don't have to be accountable to anybody else. And I think that culture of being immune, of self-regulation and being immune from the regulation of others is something that doesn't exist in any other sort of industry or sector or institution. Even the judiciary know that they're accountable in ways that many parliamentarians, I think, don't, other than the idea that they've got to front up in 3 years at another election.